Hey, it's Wookie from Mandala Studios. Welcome to the workshop. Today we're going to take you through part 1 of making a LARP-safe cricket bat, Fabrication. So to start with, we trim up a blank. We get our blanks pre-made by a friend of ours because I hate making them. So I'll take you through doing it fully one day, but for now, here's a pre-made one. So to start with, we rough out the size we're going to need the whole thing to be, and we cut it to the square shape of a cricket bat. I use a sharp craft knife and steel edge rule to get the shapes marked out. Now we need to add some bulk and shape to the cricket bat, so we take some thicker foam, 25mm LD45, square it up, cut it to size, and then we're going to quickly lightly sand the areas of foam to connect and spread a thin even coat of contact adhesive over the surface, both parts. Then we leave it to dry for a little while. For this we're doing 2 layers of glue, just because it's a big flat surface area, and we just push the 2 together once it's dry, clamp it and trim off that excess. Squeeze it all down, trim off the excess at the top. And there we have our basic cricket bat arrangement, and we're going to mark off the profile of the bat. Then we leave it to dry for the glue to cure overnight. Now we take it off into the bandsaw and we cut off that profile to allow us to get that basic shape of a cricket bat. This is just done by eye along the lines. Now to get the bevels, we mark the sides and the back, then take a very sharp knife. We just slide it along. Ideally with these kind of cuts you want to have as minimal sawing action as possible and a sharper knife as possible to get the cleanest cut. You can always clean up your cuts afterwards if you do end up sawing, but it's best not to. Even if you get perfect cuts, you'll want to buzz over it with a sander. And I'm just rounding out all the edges, get that soft look of a cricket bat, and cleaning up all my cuts. Now, because this is just a big slappy block of foam, I'm using a LD33 Plastizote to create an outer skin, which will be softer so that if you smack someone with a flat surface, it will be a much more comfortable bit of impact. So we just rough out some shapes. Give them a quick sand and cover them in glue like we did before, thin even layer. We're doing the back first so that when the seam from the front to back piece transitions, we can hide it pointing backwards so you can't see it as much. Just leave that to dry and push it all in place. Tease it round all the sides. Then cut it flush to the surfaces. Always best to work with a very sharp knife. Now I'm just turning the back corner down slightly so that I get a bit of a softer look on the front surface with less sanding. Then quick prep for glue. Buzz over it with the sander, thin even layer of Evo stick. I like to use Evo stick 5 to 8, other contact adhesives are available. Thin even layer, leave it to dry. Once it's touch dry, push the two halves together and squeeze it into place. Bend it round onto that bevel I put onto the sides. And again, with a sharp knife, just trim up all those overlapping edges to create this look you want. Just trim that top edge to make it, and add the bevels in to give it that look at the top of a cricket bat. Leave that all to dry again. Then we're just going to buzz over all those corners on the belt sander again, just to get that front edge soft looking, and everything else just straight where I want it straight and soft where I want it soft. Just neaten up the corners with a Dremel. Now we're going to put the handle on. So to start with, we cut the length of the core to the right size. Typically that's an inch or so smaller than I want it to be when it's finished. Then we buzz over the end of the rod. This is built on a 10mm fiberglass rod. So we take a strip of 6mm LD45, cut a bevel on it, that'll help us glue the whole thing around. Then we cut a little cube of foam to put on the end of the core, and we glue that in place. And we glue a bit of fiberglass tape up. Because what we're going to do, this is what I call podding. Other people use different names. We glue that on. It acts as a stress diffuser from that tip. So glue that on. Then wrap the join with fiberglass tape. And then even coat of glue on the 6mm for the handle. On both sides. This is always a bit tricky because you need to try and do it without getting it stuck too much to the table. Put some glue on the handle, leave it to dry, then just wrap the foam around the handle, keeping it going as tight and as firm as you can, pressing it all in place as you go, and cut the end off nice and neat, and just bevel the end to create the whole roundness. And I'm just whittling down the end of the handle to blend it into the body of the bat itself. I now like to bind my handles with masking tape. This compresses the foam, makes it just feel nice under the hand. You can add some shaping with that as well if you want. Then just a little bit of extra foam, just glued onto the end to make that cap. Cut it roughly round, getting it neater as you go. There you go. Thanks very much for watching. See you again for part 2 latexing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Bye.